I'm Deb Coates. I'm with Extension IT, and I'm not going to talk very long because I agree it's been a long day and you've gotten a lot of information. And you have a handout in your packet which talks about IT services briefly. And I just want to point out a couple of things that are probably the key things to take away with you. The very first thing we have listed on the top here is the computer support hotline. If you have problems with your computer, if you're trying to do something and you can't figure out what to do with it, the easiest first thing to do is to call the computer support hotline. If they can't answer your question, they can connect you with somebody who can. And if none of us can answer your question, we'll do our best to figure it out. And that includes, computer problems, software problems, network problems. We do help support the network all throughout the state to each of the field offices, as well as work with people on campus. We don't actually run the network on campus. Obviously, that's what the University IT Services does, but we work very closely with them as well. We also do what we call repairs. If we can't help you with your computer over the phone, you can send it in or bring it in, and we will do our best to repair it. We work with people to make computer purchase recommendations. Eventually, your old computer has to turn over and you need to get a new computer, and we can work with you on that. In addition, a couple other things that I'll quickly point out. At the bottom, I've put some additional resources. One of those that I think is really handy that a lot of people don't know about is something called lynda.com, which the university has a subscription to, and it includes video tutorials for pretty much everything you can think of. For Windows, for Outlook, for Word, for Excel and PowerPoint, and probably a lot of other services that you don't know about. We also do some support for things like iPads and smartphones and other devices. Our support for that isn't always as extensive as it is with your laptops and desktops because there's just so much variety out there. But we do try to work with you, and if you have questions about things that you're thinking about purchasing or want to purchase, we'd be glad to help you with that. So I guess the two takeaways I have for you today is please don't hesitate to call the computer support hotline. That's probably your best entry point to Extension IT. Even if you think it might not be something that they can help with, they will always be able to help you get to the right person. I've also included email addresses, so if you're not a place where you can call but you can email, please don't hesitate to email us. We also do, for those of you in the field, have staff whose job is to help work with you on your network in the counties. The equipment actually in the counties is ours. The the counties contract for their individual network services, but we provide the equipment to bring that service into your office and connect up your computers. And so we have staff who will go out and if they need to and help with the network, help with office moves, help when your office is down. In fact, Scott Saunders, who's our primary field network person, is fairly new, but he's not here today because he's actually out in Jackson County working on their network, which was down. If you have any questions, I'd be glad to answer them. I'll also stick around a little bit afterwards if you think of a question after the wrap-up and you want to ask anything, but otherwise, that's what I have.